All right, POE, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the content with Unit 1, Simple Machines. Now, make sure you have your blue packet out and ready to go because we're going to be talking through the front part of that, and then we're going to dive into some goodies on Google Classroom. Now, first thing I want to draw your attention to is the table at the top of your blue packet, the one that says Advanced, Meeting, Progressing, and Beginning, because this is a table of my expectations for you as we go through this first part of the unit. So if you're wondering, hey, what's going to be on an assessment? What are you looking for? What are you checking for? Your answer is right here. This is exactly what I need. So there are 4 different partitions from advanced all the way to beginning, and what your goal is to work your way as close to advanced as you can possibly get. So let's look at the progressing level because that's kind of our first real level of being able to do some stuff. To reach the progressing level, you need to be able to do 2 things. Identify the 6 types of simple machines and identify the 3 types of drivetrain elements. If you can do that, boom, sweet, you're at the progressing level. That's awesome. Now, you're never going to be directly tested on the keywords or the vocab, but you're going to have to know those to kind of help you do the calculations and identify things and stuff like that. So, if you are looking to get to the meeting level, you need to show me all of the progressing level skills, and you need to be able to calculate AMA and IMA and efficiency of all 6 simple machines. You need to be able to talk about how simple machines redirect energy by comparing force and distance, and explain how drivetrain elements or gear trains redirect energy in terms of torque and angular velocity. If you can do all those 3 things with the progressing level skills, boom, you're meeting. That's awesome. Now, if you are looking to get to that advanced level, you want to tack on the 2 progressing skills, the 3 meeting skills, and be able to analyze compound machines. So notice how these just get more and more complicated. So in order to be successful at the meeting level, you need to do the progressing level skills well. In order to do the advanced level, you got to know how to do the meeting skills well. So if you're asking what's going to be on an assessment, what are you checking for, what are you looking for, here it is right there. And a lot of the things that we're going to be doing in class are linked directly to that, so you can know exactly what I'm looking for. We're not trying to trick you. We're trying to be transparent as to what we expect. Now that we're in this weird virtual reality, you're going to have a lot of new things thrown at you. So it's going to be incredibly important that you are as organized as possible. So on the front of this document, as well as your standard list, are the due dates. Notice how they're all blank. So this is meant for you, especially if you don't have a planner. This is meant for you to take agency in your own work to document when do you need to get some things done. Now your question is, how do I know what the due dates are? How do I know when things need to be done? Well, you are in luck because there are 2 places that you can check to figure that out. Now if we jump to our Google Classroom, I'm on the classwork page. One way to find out is through the Google Calendar for the class. Now I have identified all of the things that you're going to see on the slide deck, and I have partitioned them out based on when certain things need to be done. So this is a recommended progression on how to finish up without killing yourself by doing everything the night before, which means, because this is recommended, hey, you know what? If September 1st is a really busy day, maybe you've got like a big paper due, maybe something happened with the family, you're not able to finish that stuff up, that's okay, but make sure you are keeping track of this. Make sure you're keeping up with these recommended expectations. And if you have a hard time organizing in general, maybe just follow this on your virtual days. So Tuesday, September 1st, do these 3 things. Friday, do these 4 things, and on and on and on. So that is a recommended pathway. Where I'm getting that from is if we go to the slide deck for simple machines, is the roadmap. And this should look similar to Unit 0. And there are no due dates except for over here at the end. So you need to be at Pulleys by September 17th because we're going to start building some things. And if you are not to that point, you're going to have an extremely difficult time in class without all that background knowledge. So I basically took that due date and I partitioned all these little assignments in there so that you get to it at a good pace and without doing too much work on certain days. So remember, you can jump to certain pages by clicking on the icon and clicking on the slide. So if I want to watch and take notes for Advantage and Work, boom, there we go. We have a video that we can click on right here. We've got some big ideas, some things to look out for, and we have a question to answer, so you'll be able to type your ideas in that spot. I'm going to go back to the home page by clicking on that home icon. Same thing, we've got demonstration. I can click on that, and that's going to make us go to a PhET simulation to do some practice with moments. Also added in there are some self-assessments, and when you get to that point, there's going to be another video that will help you through the process so you figure out where you are, how you're doing, and what do you need to do to get to that next level. If I move, oh, you see we've got a second page of this. Oh my Lanta, there's a lot of stuff going on. But we're getting all the way down to learning check number 3. Now, probably most importantly are some extra resources. The awesome thing about this setup is it is self-paced. You can follow my recommendations if you want to. You can go off script a little bit, maybe do one thing per day to make your life a little bit easier. It is up to you, but I also understand that not everybody learns the same way. So if you are not a big fan of the videos that I put forward, there's some other resources that you can use. There are the engineering slides, so if you prefer just to use the slides, you can absolutely use that. We've got answer keys. If you lose your packet, we have digital versions of that. If you need help uploading images, we can help you there. And then one of the biggest thing is the questions. Now there's a lot of links in the slide deck that will take you to a Google form to ask questions. So that is, if you can't figure something out, click on that link, type your question in the Google form, and I can look at that big fat list and address the questions as needed. Every so often I'll also put some other videos on, so maybe there's some other good channels out there that I can plop on there that may help you out, just give you some extra backup. Make sure you're looking for the extra resources page there. So I'm really excited to push this out to you guys to help you get to the point where you can have it completely self-paced, but I do understand that it is a huge change. And there's a lot of responsibility that's put on you, and it can feel very, very overwhelming, especially if all of your classes are doing the same idea. So if you have any issues, if you need any help, any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me because I would love to help you be as successful as you possibly can.